Hi everyone, welcome back to QP Learn Online Education Learn Perfect. Today is our one of the new topic, that is classification of the conductor, insulator and semiconductor based on band theory. Okay, so here the diagram which represents this is the conductor. So conduction band and valency band of conductor, semiconductor and insulator we will discuss one by one in detail. Okay, now let us start. The first one is, before knowing the conductor, insulator and semiconductor based on band theory, first we have to know about that what is valency band and conduction band and what is energy gap or energy forbidden gap. Okay, so these 3 points we must know before knowing the conductor, insulator and semiconductor. Okay, the first one is the valence band. So what is that valence band? The valence band, it is the range of energy values occupied by valency electron is known as valency band. Clear? The range of energy. So within the specified boundaries, the energy values are occupied in that within the boundary by the valence of electron. That is called valency band. Okay, and the valency band may be partially or completely filled. So this is the second point. Just you see the diagram of valency band. So your red, you know, so that is the valency band. It contains the electrons. So yellow color which represents the electrons. So this valency energy, so energy band may be partially or completely filled. Okay, clear? And conduction band is empty. Okay, this is the conduction band is empty. Are you clear? Next we have to go for conduction band. What is conduction band? The range of energy values. So here is also same, the range of energy values which are occupied by the valency electron in valency band. But here range of energy values of conduction electrons. The conduction electrons is known as conduction energy band. Are you clear? So here in conduction band, within the specified the boundaries, the conduction electrons are occupied. That range is called as the conduction band. The range of energy values of the conduction electrons is known as conduction energy band. Okay, and this conduction energy band either it may be empty or partially filled. Okay, this is the second point. And then third point, so it is very important for conduction band. Electron in this band can gain energy from an external electric field. So from external electric field, this conduction band can gain the energy, and then it supports to starts moving the electron itself. So then only the flow of current will be takes place. For that it contributes to electric current. Are you clear? This conduction band and can gain the energy from an external electric field and which contributes to electric current. So that is the third point. Then we have to go for energy gap or forbidden energy gap or energy forbidden gap. Okay, what is that energy forbidden gap? Means just it is the distance between the conduction band and valency band. The separation between valency energy band and conduction energy band is known as energy or forbidden energy band, or directly you can write it, it is the distance between or gap between conduction and valency band are called energy gap or forbidden energy gap. And this forbidden energy gap we can't find, means the electrons are never found in this energy band. So this gap, no, here we can't find any electron. Suppose electron is jumping from valence to conductor immediately, but there is no electron is staying. There is no electron found in between this gap. Okay. So these three are the very important basic points of valence band, conduction band, and energy gap or forbidden energy gap. So first we have to understand these three. Then we have to move for the next one, that is the conductor. See, in conductor, the first point, in conductor, valence band and conduction band are closure, and sometimes they are telling that is the overlap. But even though overlap and closure, there will be a small gap will be there. Okay, this is the diagram which represents the conduction. So red color, you know, that is the valence band, and this is the blue color, it is conduction band. These two are so not very closure, means they touch together. So even though they are closure, there will be a small gap, very small gap, that is negligible gap is present between conduction band and valence band. According to band theory, in conductor, conduction band and valence bands are overlap or closure. Then the valence band is either partially filled or completely filled in conductor. Okay, here in conductor, the valence band either completely filled, this red, you know, this band, valence band may be completely filled or partially filled. Okay, clear? That is the one more point. Third point, electrons in valence band can acquire energy from any source and behaves as the free electron. This point is very important. Carefully you understand this one. See, for example, so in conductor, this conduction band and valence band are closure. If they are closure, means electrons can't move. Carefully listen. These two are closure or these two are touched to each other. So if it is like that, the electrons can't move from where? Valence band to conduction band can't move. When they will move? When they will move means, so when an external energy you apply to the valence band, the valence band gains some amount of energy and which is transferred to the electrons which are all present in that band. Then the electron get kinetic energy, then it will starts moving towards the conduction band until it won't move. Normally when they are closure, both the bands are closure, means normally they won't move. When they get some external energy to the valence band, that time the electrons are start moving towards the conduction band, then the flow of current will be takes place. So that is the third point. Electrons in valence band can acquire energy from any source and behaves as a free electron. Until that they are not free electrons, so they will be bound with that band only. Clear? And the next point is the valence band and conduction bands are separated by very small forbidden gap, that which is less than 1 electron volts. Either it may be 0.6, 0.7, 0.8 electron, but exactly we can't say that, but it is less than 1 electron volts. Clear? And then after one more, that is the last point. This is the fifth point, very important point. When, for example, I am taking the conductor, in that conductor, when temperature is increases, its resistance also increases. Okay, when temperature is increases, its resistance is also increases, so that temperature is directly proportional to resistance in conductor. So due to increasing, what is resistance? Resistance means it is the opposition offered to the flow of the charges. Disturbance, indirectly we are telling resistance means nothing but as the disturbance. So electrons cannot able to move. Some disturbance will be takes place to move the electrons. That is called resistance. Okay, so when this resistance is increases means when temperature increases, resistance increases. When resistance increases, the flow of electrons will be decreases. So automatically its conductivity, conducting the electron conductivity will be decreased. I think that is in the last point. Due to increasing the temperature, its conductivity is decreases. Carefully listen these 2 points. The temperature is directly proportional to resistance in conductor. When temperature increases, resistance increases. When resistance increases, automatically flowing of current decreases. So that we call it as the conductivity is decreases. So these are all the 6 points very important in the conductor. In final exam, if they ask, just you draw the diagram and write the at least 3 points in that. Are you clear? This is about the conductor. Then we have to move for insulator. So in insulator, the first point in the valency in insulator, in insulator the valency band and conduction bands are separated by very large distance. See, actually here in the insulator we have to write, just it is the spelling, so some word is missing here, just you correct it. In insulator the valency band, clear? In insulator word is missing, that is the in insulator the valency band and conduction bands are separated by very large distance. So there is very large gap between the conduction band and what is that, valency band. Just you see the diagram. So here is the conduction band and here is the valency band. So very wide gap is present. See, actually here 5 electron volts is there, in some textbook 6 is there, in some textbook 9 is there. On and average it is the 6 electron volts. Clear? So if it is wide gap is there means I will supply, if you supply energy to the valency band, the electron get energy and they will start jumping like this. But they can't reach the conduction band, again they will fall back into valency band. Hence, the insulator do not conduct the electricity because very wide gap, these wide gap electrons does not overcome this gap. Okay, for that in insulator normally the electrons do not reach to the conduction band. Okay, that is the first point. And second point, the valency band is completely filled and conduction band is completely empty. See, you take insulator, valency band is completely filled, but conduction band is conduction band is also completely empty because there is no one electron is shifting, no one electron is moving. So always this will become empty. So the valency band is completely filled and conduction band is completely empty. Then the third point, the valency band and conduction band are separated by very large energy forbidden gap, that is about 6 electron volts. I told you here 5 is there, I written 6, but some textbook 9 is there, but on and average almost 6 is almost in most of the cases we can expect. Okay, 6 electron volt gap between conduction band and valency band. Okay, this is the third point. Then fourth point, this is also very important as like the conductor. So here in conductor what happens, when temperature increases resistance is increases, but here is reverse. When temperature is raised, some of the valency electron may acquire enough energy to cross over the conduction band. Hence the resistance of the insulator is decreases with increasing the temperature. So if you give some temperature, due to temperature they will get more kinetic energy, they will try to reach maximum to the conduction band. Means it indirectly we are saying its resistance will decrease. When temperature is increases, resistance is decreases. But in conductor temperature increases, resistance increases. In insulator temperature increases, resistance decreases. Okay, this is about the insulator. In exam also just we have to put the diagram is like that and then write at least the 3 points, so you will get the full marks. Okay, then after last one, that is the semiconductor. So that is very, very important, because this is the semiconductor chapter. In that we have to study this one. The first point, you know that definition of semiconductor: the resistivity or conductivity is lies between the conductor and insulator is called semiconductor. Carefully you listen. Here I written resistivity, or else you can use conductivity also. The resistivity and conductivity is lies between the conductor and insulator is called semiconductor. Okay, so this is the diagram of energy conduction band and valence band. So very small gap. It is not like that insulator. Not like that insulator. It is a very small gap, very little amount. So that is almost, which is 1 electron or greater than, little greater than 1 electron volt. Okay. The next second point, the valency band and conduction bands are separated by the small forbidden energy gap, that is about 1 electron volt or little bit more also maybe. Okay, not exactly. Okay. Then the third point, valency band is totally filled and conduction band is totally empty. Here is also conduction band is completely empty and valency band is completely filled. Okay, that is the third point. Next, fourth point, when temperature is increases, its resistance is decreases. Are you clear? This is very important point. When temperature rises, resistance is decreases. But in the conductor, temperature increases, resistance also increases. But here resistance is decreases. When resistance decreases, its conductivity is increases. Conductivity and resistance are inversely proportional. When resistance, more resistance, conductivity will be less. When less resistance, conductivity will be more. So for that, electric conductivity of semiconductor increases with increasing the temperature. So these are all the points which are all related to the semiconductor. This is the diagram. Once you see and practice point wise, you write. So it will be almost, it is in the 5 marks question in final exam. So these are all the points is about the semiconductor. Okay, and thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day and bye bye. And before that, I request you all, those who are not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and press the bell button. You will get any new notification whenever I upload the new video. So once again I thank you all.